What does our tech stack look like? Our Amazon agency's weapon for client results. Let's be honest. Your Amazon tech stack should make your account clearer, not more confusing. It's supposed to give you answers, not just a bunch of new dashboards. But for most brands, that's not what's happening, is it? They sign up for 3, 4, or even 5 different tools, and all they get is a mountain of conflicting data, a dozen open browser tabs, and somehow less certainty than when they started. The goal isn't to collect software like it's some kind of hobby. The goal is to build a system that tells you what's happening and why it's happening and what you should do next. We don't use software to make Amazon more complicated. We use it to make our clients' accounts easier to understand, manage, and improve. This video, I'm going to pull back the curtain on the exact tools our agency uses and why we pick them, and how you can help us build a transparent, data-driven partnership that actually grows your business. We manage accounts at pretty significant scale. We need software that's reliable, actionable, and built for real-world decisions. It boils down to a simple philosophy. We treat our clients like dance partners. A great dance only works when both people are in sync, feeling the music and anticipating the next step. An agency-client relationship is exactly the same. We can't lead if you don't know the steps, and you can't follow if you don't trust our direction. That trust is built on radical transparency, and that transparency is powered by the tech we're about to walk through. The strategic framework, growth versus efficiency. Before we even whisper the word software, we have to talk about strategy. Every single decision we make has to pass through our core strategic framework. On Amazon, every brand is basically trying to do 2 things at once: grow and stay profitable. And while there are thousands of different micro-strategies, they all boil down to 2 main directions of effort. The first direction is what we call offense. This is where we push for aggressive growth. You might accept lower margins or a higher total advertising cost of sale, tacos, to grab market share, launch new products, or just get your brand out there. You are essentially investing in future sales and paying a premium to win customers. The other direction is defense. This is where we optimize for efficiency. We're protecting profitability, cutting wasted ad spend, and lowering tacos and squeezing the most out of every single dollar. The focus here is on strengthening your bottom line and making sure the business is healthy and sustainable. Now, in reality, it's almost never a simple choice between one and the other. Most brands use a blended strategy that changes with seasonality, inventory levels, or where a product is in its life cycle. But having this framework is so critical because it clarifies the main goal at any given moment. Every tool we pick, every campaign we build, and every report we generate has to serve one of those 2 paths. It focuses the conversation and makes sure we and our clients are dancing to the same beat. Without that clarity, you're just throwing money at the wall and hoping something sticks. With it, every action has a purpose. The foundation of truth, profitability with Sellerboard. First things first, let's talk about the question that trumps all others. Are we actually making money? To answer this, we rely on a foundational tool. Sellerboard is a profit analytics platform. It plugs into your Seller Central account and pulls all your sales data, ad spend, Amazon fees, return costs, you name it, and combines it with your cost of goods to give you a crystal clear, product by product view of your actual profitability. Why this is so important? Because you're looking at revenue or ACoS, because just looking at revenue or ACoS is incredibly dangerous. It's like judging a car's health by how fast it's going. Sure, you might be flying down the highway, but you could be leaking oil and about to run out of gas. Profit is a true health metric of an Amazon business. We need to see it weekly at the product level and with year-over-year context to understand what's really changing. So why Sellerboard? In our experience, it gives us one of the cleanest and most consistent views of real-time profitability for Amazon sellers. No third-party tool is perfect. Profitability has a ton of inputs, but Sellerboard's strength is how it integrates everything from FBA fees and storage costs to PPC and promo rebates into one dashboard that's easy to read. This helps us avoid the classic mistake of tracking profits in messy spreadsheets, where hidden fees love to hide. What kind of decision does this improve? Honestly, all of them. For example, let's say we're running a super aggressive ad campaign for a new product. That ACoS might look scary, like 70%. If you just look at the number, you'd think it's a total failure. But when we go into Sellerboard, we might see the product's total margin is still holding steady at a healthy 20%. Why? Because the ads are driving a massive lift in organic sales and boosting the product's rank. Now, Sellerboard doesn't wave a magic wand and prove that connection on its own. That's our job to analyze the data. But it gives us clear, top-level profit data. We need to ask the right questions and validate our strategy. It's our fundamental source of truth. The control panel, granular PPC management with AdLabs. All right, if we know we're making money, the next layer is all about control and execution, especially with PPC. This is where AdLabs comes to the picture. While a lot of one-and-all tools have PPC features, we bring in a specialist tool when we need to get surgical. What does it do? AdLabs is an advanced Amazon PPC management platform. We use it when we need to go deeper than service level reports and get our hands on the specific levers that drive ad performance. Why does this matter? Because optimizing PPC can mean 100 different things. Are we trying to cut wasteful spending, scale up impressions on top of keywords, defend our brand from a competitor? Each goal needs a different set of tactics. A basic tool lets you adjust bids. An advanced tool gives you the surgical instruments to make those adjustments based on the time of day. Performance by match type and complex keyword patterns. Why AdLabs? For its advanced capabilities, for instance, it allows a sophisticated dayparting that's adjusting bids based on the time of day or time of week. Amazon's own ad console is a bit limited there, especially when it comes to bidding down during slow hours. Tools like AdLabs give us full dynamic control to boost bids during peak conversions and pull them back when things are quiet, maximizing every single dollar. On top of that, its Ngram analysis feature is a beast. Its Ngram feature analysis is amazing for deep dives into search and reports. It helps us spot patterns in how customers search, uncovering pockets of wasted ad spend or new negative keywords that would be almost impossible to find manually. What decisions does this improve? It lets us execute our strategy with a level of detail that gets results. For example, if our goal is defense and efficiency, we can use dayparting to analyze hourly data and discover, whoa, this campaign's conversion rate is amazing from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., but awful from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. We can then automate those rules to lower bids in those early morning hours, trimming waste without hurting peak performance. If the goal is offense and growth, we use Ngram analysis to find high converting, performing two-word phrases in search terms and use that intel to launch new hyper-targeted campaigns. AdLabs helps us translate high-level strategy into precise, data-driven actions. The transparency layer, collaboration with DataDoe and Slack. So we have our source of truth for profit and our control panel for PPC. The final piece, and the most important, is what brings it all together and delivers on our promise of radical transparency. This isn't just one tool, but an ecosystem we're building with tools like DataDoe and Slack. What does it do? This layer connects Amazon data sources and makes insights available in a simple and conversational way. The dream is to have a single source of truth ready that both our team and our client's team can speak with. Why does this matter? Because let's be real, traditional agency communication is broken. It's built on weekly calls and backward-looking PDF reports that are already stale by the time you read them. That old model creates a wall between a brand and its data. We believe in more collaborative, real-time partnership. If you have a question about your business, you shouldn't have to wait a week for an answer. You should get it in seconds. This is what builds that dance partner relationship. It keeps us both looking at the same sheet of music. How are we building this? We're integrating platforms like DataDoe, which can pull data from Seller Central, the Ads API, and other sources into a single, clean structure. We then move this into communication tools that our clients are already using every day, like Slack. Our vision is a system where a client can just type a normal question: how did our tacos for this product change last week compared to this week? And now they get a clear chart in plain English right in their Slack channel. What kind of decision does this improve? It completely changes the speed and quality of communication, which means better, faster decisions. Instead of long email threads going back and forth between agencies, we can instantly pull the data and see it was because the buy box was lost for a few hours overnight. It replaces the guesswork with immediate data-backed facts. This builds incredible trust. It shows clients we have nothing to hide and that we're making decisions based on the exact same data they are. It shifts the conversation from, is this data right, to, okay, what's our next move? This is the future of agency partnerships. Not a black box, but a glass one. At the end of the day, your tech stack shouldn't be a source of complexity. It should be a source of clarity. Here's the reality. If your tech stack gives you more dashboards but less clarity, it's not helping you make better decisions. It's just creating more noise. If you want a PPC partner that uses software to create more transparency, better strategy, and clear decisions around growth, tacos, margin, profitability, check out the first link in the description and see how you can work directly with us. But even more importantly, you should now watch a video where I break down why we chose AdLabs. I explain why AdLabs became one of our core tools in our tech stack and how it gives us more control over decisions, and why transparency matters so much when managing Amazon accounts. I'm sure you'll find it helpful. See you there.